Hey there fellow gamers and cocktail enthusiasts, and I'm back with another Castles and Cocktails recipe video. So very recently here, I just finished my playthrough of Kirby and the Forgotten Land on the Switch. Interesting game. I was not, when the first trailer launched, expecting a regular platformer. I was kind of, in many ways, I was expecting like an open world Kirby game, which this was not it, but now I really want an open world Kirby game because that sounds awesome. But unfortunately, it was just sort of a Mario 64-esque puzzle platformer. Still very fun. I did find the game, I'm kind of hit and miss on it. I'm not really sure if I like it or dislike it. I'm kind of in the middle. But there's a lot of content in the game. The story's really short, but I feel like they spent more time on the extras than they did on the actual story itself. So, I don't know, swing and a miss for me on the game overall. But in the process of playing the game, I was like, you know what, I want to make a Kirby cocktail. Primarily because every Kirby cocktail out there kind of sucks. There's a marshmallow one, there's a bunch of Jello shot ones, and honestly, I really hate Jello. I wanted something pink, but simple and not a cosmopolitan. So for this cocktail, ingredients may be complex depending on where you can find them, but only really 4 ingredients here. You're going to need some aquavit. It is a liqueur spirit of Nordic origin, although this stuff is made right down the road from me. It's caraway forward, citrus, fennel, and notes of dill. Really weird, complex flavors, so we're not going to be using a lot of it. For our pink, we're going to be using some bold strawberry liqueur. If you can't find this, you can use strawberry syrup, but make sure you're compensating probably half the syrup to like a vodka or a brandy, so you're still getting the alcohol component to that. And we're going to be using some rum of some kind. I highly recommend either a light rum or a gold rum. I had a bit of a party yesterday, and me and my guests downed like half of this bottle over the course of the day. So I'm going to be using some of this. You're also going to need a lime wedge. So cut a lime in half, quarter that half, 1 lime wedge. That's it. Tools, also very simple. Standard shaker and strainer with ice. You're going to want a measuring device. I'm using a jigger today. And you're going to want a bar spoon, also to measure with. So we're going to start things out with a full ounce of our rum. I have the metric conversions in the description box below for my friends overseas. Want a ½ ounce of your strawberry liqueur. Again, if you're using syrup, just go 1/4 ounce of your spirit and a 1/4 ounce of the strawberry syrup. Now the aquavit, very, very little here. We're only going to use a simple bar spoon worth. This is kind of going to act as bitters, but also round the flavor out considerably. Your lime wedge, go ahead and juice that and drop it in. And go ahead and give this thing a shake. Always forget the strainer, don't I? For this cocktail, I've gone with a chilled coupe glass. Found that the coupe is a nice small glass. This is not a very large cocktail. It's also rounded, gives a nice Kirby shape to the whole thing. Got a nice frosted pink, wonderful little cocktail. And this is the Castles and Cocktails version of the Kirby. Let's give it a try. Actually smells a little bit like Kool-Aid with a little citrus note. This is really smooth. Perfect. It's very, as long as you dilute it and shake enough, this is great on a hot day. This tastes like a spring breeze kind of thing. It is a very summery, late spring kind of cocktail. Perfect for weather right now. None of the flavors are really overpowering. You get the rum, you get a little bit of strawberry, but the aquavit really shines here. It just cuts through all of those strong flavors of both of these, rounds everything out, and just, yeah, there's a weird herbal note to that. And again, we only used a bar spoon, but you can't specifically taste it, If I gave this to you and said pick out the Aquavit, or I didn't tell you that this was in it, you probably couldn't find it, but you also probably couldn't tell that it was strawberry either. Sweet, both front and mid palate. It's the aftertaste. You get that, I guess you probably get more of that caraway and dill at the back end, but yeah, it's really something else. So if you're looking for a Kirby cocktail that does not include Jello shots, if you can find yourself some Aquavit and some strawberry liqueur, I highly recommend this one. I feel like this is very fitting of our pink puffball hero. It's a little bit of everything all at once, and you know, that's okay. It's the ability to copy your opponent's abilities and take their powers and adapt them into yourself. But what are you on the surface? What are you, just regular Kirby? You're a lot of different things. You're versatile. You can do a lot of things and taste a lot of flavors. So that's it for this episode and cocktail recipe creation video. If you made this for yourself, let me know your thoughts. Kirby was a really fun game. Not the best in the series. Definitely not the worst. I've definitely played worse Kirby games than this. I think it's a good addition for a good, solid platform on the Switch, and it is worth playing. So I recommend it, but know what you're getting into. Know that it's not quite the open world Kirby game, and you don't have as much freedom as you think you probably should. But there's a lot of bonus content in the game. I'm excited to dive back into it to play a little bit more myself. But as far as the stream goes, as far as my playthrough, and as far as cocktail, we're calling this done. So thanks guys for watching. Keep on gaming, drink responsibly, and I will see you guys next time. It's way too early for me to have made this drink today, but hey, it's delicious at the very least.